Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the show that takes, piles of articles, research, all that stuff, and boils it down to what you really need to know fast. Today, we're tackling something huge, something that honestly, school often just misses. We're talking about the real mechanics of money. I mean, think about it. Did school ever really, sit you down and explain compound interest or passive income, building credit the right way, or why getting invested early is just crucial?
Yeah, probably not, right? So think of this deep dive as your shortcut, your essential guide to finally understanding these core money concepts. And to help us unpack all this, we're leaning on insights from someone who really figured it out. Grant Dalton. You might have heard of him, billionaire, built it all himself. Started with basically nothing, now worth over $3 billion. Quite a journey.
It really is. Yeah, and that's our mission today, right? We want to pull out the absolute best, most useful bits from his story, his advice, and tailor it for you, especially if you're, say, between 18 and 30, navigating, everything. Student loans, rent keeps going up, maybe you're messing with crypto or side hustles. The goal here is simple. Give you a clear path, some actionable steps towards, real financial intelligence, financial freedom, ultimately.
Love it. That's a solid mission. So let's start where he started. He wasn't born rich, you mentioned. What was that moment, that light bulb moment that flipped the switch for him financially?
Yeah, that's what's so cool about his story. It's pretty grounded. He grew up in Ohio, blue-collar family, watched his parents work super hard, but still, struggle with money sometimes. His big moment came when he was 19. He was delivering pizzas, had something like $312 to his name. Mm-hmm. That was it. And he came across this video just randomly explaining compound interest. And he said it just clicked, wait a second, money can actually make money.
Huh, just like that.
Just like that. It wasn't just theory. It was like, oh, my savings, even if they're tiny, can grow by themselves. The money, which earns more money. That whole snowball thing. He said nobody had ever really explained it that way before. Mm-hmm. And that one idea, it just lit a fire under him.
Wow. From $312 delivering pizzas to billions. Okay, so for our listeners, that 18 to 30 group, trying to juggle today's bills with planning for tomorrow, what's Grant's number one piece of advice? The very first thing.
It's super direct. Just 3 words. Start. No. Right. Now.
Okay.
He hammers this point home.
Yeah.
Time is your absolute best friend when you're building wealth. Yeah. Way more important than trying to guess the perfect moment to invest. You don't have to be rich to start getting rich. You just have to start, period. And he uses this example, right? Someone saving just $50 a month, maybe in an index fund, starting at age 20.
Okay, yeah.
They'll probably end up way ahead of someone who waits until, say, 35, even if that person puts in $500 a month.
Really? Even though it's way more money later.
Yeah, the math is just powerful. All those extra years of compounding for the 20-year-old make a massive difference. Time beats timing. He says it over and over.
Time beats timing. Okay, that definitely sticks. But here's the pushback I know we'll get, right? People listening are thinking, great, start now, but how? I've got student loans, rent is insane, gas prices. Where does that first dollar to save even come from? Grant must have faced that too. What's his take?
Oh, absolutely. He totally gets it, says he lived that struggle. But his advice here is maybe a bit counterintuitive. He says, you can't out-earn bad habits.
Okay, unpack that. What does he mean?
It means making more money won't solve your problems if your spending is out of control. So he lays out 3 steps, practical things. First, track your money. You absolutely have to know where it's going, every dollar. If you don't know the numbers, you're flying blind. Your impulses are in charge, not you.
Okay, gotta face the music. Makes sense. What's second?
Second, pay yourself first, automatically, even if it's tiny, like $10 a paycheck. Set up an automatic transfer to savings or investments. Once it's automatic, you kind of forget about it. You adjust. You don't miss it as much.
Right. Automate the good habit. And third,
and this one's tough for some people, cut the status purchases. He actually shared that he didn't buy a new car until his net worth hit $10 million.
$10 million? Wow.
Yeah. His point is, stop trying to look rich. Start acting rich. And acting rich means saving, investing, building assets, not buying flashy stuff you can't really afford.
That's a really powerful distinction, looking rich versus acting rich. But okay, let me push back slightly here.
Sure.
Sometimes maybe a specific purchase, even if it looks like a status thing, could be a motivator or even necessary for a job, like needing decent clothes for interviews. How does he view that?
That's a fair point. And Grant would probably say, yeah, context matters. It's not about punishing yourself or never buying anything nice. It's about the intention behind it. Is the motivation coming from wanting genuine freedom and security? Or is it about impressing other people, keeping up? Buying a nice suit for job interviews might be a strategic investment in your earning potential. Buying a brand new luxury car when you're drowning in student debt, probably not strategic.
Gotcha. It's about the why behind the spending.
Exactly. Delaying that gratification now for much bigger rewards later. Being actually wealthy, not just appearing wealthy.
Okay, that really clarifies it. It's about the habits, the mindset, not just the paycheck number. So, building on that, what are the big mistakes? The common financial traps young people tend to fall into, and how do we avoid them?
Yeah, this is super important because these traps can sneak up on you. He highlights 3 big ones. First is lifestyle creep.
Ah, yes, the classic.
Right. You get a raise, finally making a bit more money, and bam, your spending magically rises to meet it. Nicer apartment, eating out more, fancier coffee.
Happens to everyone, so what's the fix?
The fix, he says, is simple, but requires discipline. Upgrade your investments before you upgrade your lifestyle. Got a raise. Increase your automatic savings first, then see what's left.
Smart. Okay, trap number 2.
Debt dependence. Especially high-interest debt. He's really blunt about credit cards. They are not free money. Pay the balance in full every single month. If you can't do that, don't swipe the card. He calls consumer debt, especially credit card debt, a wealth killer. It just dives you deeper.
Brutal, but true. And the 3rd trap.
Financial illiteracy. Basically, waiting for someone else to teach you about money. He stresses, schools won't do it, your boss probably won't do it. It's on you. You have to actively learn, read books, listen to, shows like this one, learn the language of money, take responsibility for your own financial education.
So true. You really have to be proactive. Okay, shifting gears a bit. What does Grant say was his single best investment back in his 20s? Something personal.
Yeah, and his answer is maybe not what you'd expect. It wasn't a stock or real estate. He says, hands down, it was investing in himself. Specifically, a skill.
Oh, interesting. What skill?
He tells this story about scraping together $1,200 money. He absolutely did not have, he had to borrow it for a coding boot camp.
Wow, okay.
He'd done his research, saw coding was in high demand, paid well. He saw it as a direct path. And that skill, it directly led to his first 6-figure job.
That's a clear return on investment.
Exactly. And from there, it just snowballed. He started investing every single raise he got. That led to side hustles, then starting actual businesses, getting equity, eventually ownership. His whole philosophy on this is summed up nicely. Your skills are the seeds of your wealth. Water them daily. Keep learning. Keep growing your skill set.
Your skills are the seeds of your wealth. I like that. Okay, so this leads us to the big one, right? The $1,000,000 question. Literally, how do you actually get rich in America if you're starting from zero? No safety net, no handouts.
Right. And he lays out what he calls his raw blueprint. It's 5 core points. Pretty straightforward, but requires consistency.
Okay, let's hear them.
1, live below your means. Always. Wealth isn't about the fancy car. It's about what you keep and what you grow. 2, invest early, often, and automatically. He mentions things like index funds, owning a tiny piece of lots of companies, Roth IRAs for tax-free growth, and definitely taking advantage of any employer 401k match. That's free money.
Set it and forget it, basically.
Exactly. Set it and forget it is his mantra for this. 3, earn more. Constantly look for ways to increase your income, learn new skills, level up in your job, maybe pivot careers strategically. Don't get stagnant.
Makes sense. Keep growing the top line. Number 4.
4,
own assets.
not liabilities. Focus your money on things that can grow in value or produce income stocks, real estate, maybe a business. Not stuff that just loses value or costs you money like, expensive sneakers or new cars off the lot.
Assets over liabilities. Got it. And the last one.
5, protect and multiply. This means ensuring the important stuff, your health, your car, your home, if you have one, to protect what you've built. And then look for smart ways to scale your wealth, maybe through business, maybe real estate, maybe partnerships. And he adds a crucial final thought to all this. Be patient. He says, wealth is quiet. Let compound interest be your loudest flex. Don't rush it. Let the process work.
Wow, that's incredibly clear. A really solid blueprint, a genuine masterclass, honestly, pulled straight from his experience.
It really is. And look, if hearing all that feels like, whoa, where do I even begin? Grant's advice boils down to starting small, starting now. So one super actionable thing you could do, like today, open a Roth IRA, especially if you're under 25. You have decades ahead for that money to grow tax-free. It's like magic. Even if you start with just $100 a month, seriously, that can easily become 6 figures by the time you retire because of compounding.
That's a concrete first step.
Yeah. And maybe another easy one. Pick up one personal finance book this month. Just one. He actually recommends The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Says it'll completely change how you think about money. It's less about numbers, more about behavior.
Great recommendation. Okay, so there you have it. You've just gotten some incredibly powerful financial strategies, literally billionaire-level advice, for free. The only question left is, well, what are you going to do with it? Think about it, your financial story, it's still being written. Go make it a bestseller.